Afro commies out here on his grind. Neighborhood scumbag, but he's one of a kind. Oh, casual conversation takes the day. With some Afro commie, we laugh and play. Ebony Moonbeam strikes a pose so mean. Cosplay queen, she's ruling the scene. Selma shrugs, he's got no side. Just watching waves like a lazy tide. Afro commie seems a low-key wild, but he's got charm, it's his freestyle. Oh, casual conversation takes the day. With some Afro commie, we laugh and play. Ebony Moonbeam strikes a pose so mean. Cosplay queen, she's ruling the scene. Ebony Moonbeam with a wig so bright. Wielding her magic, she's a star tonight. Selma, just Jonesy still
I've been having a good day today, though. Everybody having a good time. Just keeping that 9.
Oh, casual conversation takes the day.
Having an amazing time. About to get in the sports. I'm working on the intro for this one, so enjoy. Casual conversation. And there's the big news coming up. I will announce it. I will tell the guys in the back later on, because I forgot to tell them before. But I will tell them after. But potential news is coming. So look out for that. I'll let y'all know in a few weeks, maybe. We'll have big news regardless of this.
Just yawns, he's still unsure.
This is Overall99 Sports. NFL Week 1. College Football Week 2. Canelo versus Crawford. Who you got?
No casual conversation takes the day. With some Afro commie, we laugh and play. As Ebony Moonbeam strikes a pose so mean. Cause the queen, she's ruling the scene. Conversation takes the day. With some Afro commie, we laugh and play. As Ebony Moonbeam strikes a pose so mean. Cause the queen, she's ruling the scene. Ebony Moonbeam with a wig so bright. With a wig so bright. Wielding her magic, she's a star tonight. Zelme just yawns, he's still unsure. Afro commie laughs, he's got that allure.
What's up, my physician boy? Laughs at me, looking cute, looking clean, looking sexy. And of course, it's Keeping 99 Sports, in which every Tuesday we talk about sports. And the topics of the week this week is week 1 of the NFL season. What do we predict? Patience or panic? Also, we have the Canelo Crawford fight that I'm going to talk about later. We also got the WNBA news, some kind of football news, as well as other situations throughout the week and what happened. And of course, we are joined with the one, the only Monray. How you doing today, Monray?
Yo, it's your boy Monray Hudson. Back again for another wonderful NFL season. And did it start with a doozy?
Did it start with a doozy?
We got an amazing week 1 that we had. And of course, we are joined with the legend himself, the host of What It Sound Like. The one, the only, the legend himself. We got a video tomorrow, by the way, so be here for that, in which we talk about the downfall of rap.
Yes, sir.
It is.
You know, it's your boy Hollywood Sensei the Murder Cartel. We in the building.
Yeah. So we got all this news today. We got a bunch of stuff to talk about. But first, we got to start off with our topic, which is patience or panic. We got a list of teams to go through, in which we're gonna go. Is it time for patience or panic? And the first one we're gonna go over is the most recent one. Monray, is it patience or panic for the Chicago Bears?
Now, I can't lie. I've been struggling with this one in particular probably all day. I've been back and forth. I'm going to say patience. It was bad. It was a bad collapse. But I'm willing to give at least a little bit of leeway for a couple reasons. One, Ben Johnson, even though everybody had high hopes for him, this is his first year as a head coach. He's been an offensive coordinator the whole time. His first year head coach. So you got to give him some kind of grace to implement his own scheme, his own coaching path, his own mantra and everything on a brand new Bears team. That's one. Two, we all have high hopes for Caleb, but Caleb is learning a brand new head coach and a whole new head coaching scheme himself. So it also is going to be some growing pains into that. So I did he look good? No, in the first half, sure. In the second half, absolutely not. But it's not all on Caleb either. You have to look at the defense, unable to defend in the fourth quarter for whatever reason. So, that's not necessarily just on Ben Johnson, but it's week 1. It was bad, and we all had way higher hopes, or at least some of us did, for Caleb than just, a monumental meltdown in the fourth quarter and you missing wide open targets. But I'm gonna say it's a little early to panic only because I didn't have them, in the playoffs or nothing like that. But give it a little bit more time. Maybe by like week 2 or 3-ish. Let's see what we looking like.
That is true. I also want to point out, I like a lot of what Caleb did. He showed his generational athleticism. Ryan Clark is generational athleticism. I know when you say generational talent, everybody just get confused and take it the way they want. His generation athleticism, but he did not make good reads at the beginning of plays on learning the offense, knowing where to go. The time pointing in the wrong direction for the snap, because the whole team went that way. So it appears that Caleb went the wrong way. He missed some wide open throw. The DJ Moore one. DJ Moore had like 4 wide open throws that he just missed.
I ain't gonna lie, that last DJ Moore one that could have won them the game. I'm not gonna lie, that one was bad. That one was.
He missed like 2 of them on the sideline, then he missed one in the middle of the field that was like would have got them off third down.
Oh, bad.
I just want to point out that Hollywood. Patience or panic for the Chicago Bears?
Patience. I mean, it's week 1, new coach, new offense. I mean, they did collapse crazy in the second half, but that was also a defensive thing as well. So, yeah, I'm gonna just exercise patience. You got a quarterback in his second season in the NFL with a new head coach. I mean, give him some time. So yeah, patience.
Okay, next up, the game of the week that I think everybody agrees with. Patience or panic? The Baltimore Ravens Monday.
Because of the expectations, you have to panic. And I say that because Lamar, look, it's Super Bowl or bust for the Baltimore Ravens. It's Super Bowl or bust. There's nothing else going to play. If they get to the AFC Championship again, but lose, whether it's to Josh Allen or the Chiefs or some of the surprise team, it's not going to go well. It's just not. Like, their team is too talented. They have the best rushing attack. They supposedly on paper had one of the best defenses before, yesterday happened. I'm sorry. Like, there's too much expectations. You have one of the top 3 best quarterbacks in the league. Arguably, one of, if not top 3 running back in the league, still with Derrick Henry, a 2,000-yard rusher last year. You have too much expectations for to be anything less than, leading the division, leading first one draft pick, whatever. Not first draft pick, first tier in the playoffs. You have too much. So if your expectation is we're trying to win Super Bowls, you cannot come apart in a game where you have over 200 yards rushing. You cannot come apart where you're leading by 15 with 5 minutes left. You cannot come apart that way. It is horrible. That's a horrible loss. Like, especially considering the way they went out in the playoffs was roughly the same way. Like, they were able to dominate the game and then making mistakes, dominating the run game, and then just fall apart at the end. And just no. Like, you cannot do that. And this is the same Ravens that did this, the AFC Championship game where you couldn't even muster 17 points against the Kansas City Chiefs. They haven't beat the Chiefs in 4 years, mind you, since 2021. That was a regular season. Like, they have not beaten the Kansas City Chiefs in 4 years. Like, that's the point they can't even beat the Bills. Like, it's getting worse. Like, to where you're too good for these expectations to fall flat. So, because you're a Super Bowl or bust, yeah, you have to panic. Especially if you look at that secondary. How do you give up 40? Oh, God, no. Oh, it's panic time.
Hollywood Sensei. Patience or panic for the Baltimore Ravens?
I mean, push the red button. You know what I mean? The panic button. Because up 15, less than 5 minutes to go, you lose. In that fashion, it's nasty work. You know what I mean? 41 points to... Listen, don't get me wrong. Josh Allen, I feel like in that game, he showed why he was the MVP. Like, I mean, regardless if you want to say last year Lamar had a better year than him, which he did. But, that's a conversation for another topic. You know what I mean? But Josh Allen showed why he was the MVP. But I'm hitting the panic button only because this is like now becoming a recurring theme with Baltimore. When they got a big lead late in the game, they somehow fumble it away and lose it. You know what I mean? We know they can make it to the playoffs, but you know, at what point in the playoffs are they going to go up by 15, 16 points, 17, whatever, and then lose with 2 minutes left in the game or some shit like that? So, you know what I mean? It's definitely time to panic because as much as I love Harbaugh and respect him, you ain't been getting it done, brother. And that defense is looking very not Baltimore Raven-like. Like, you know what I mean? Ed Reed and Ray Lewis turning over in their graves, and they ain't even dead yet. But yeah, panic.
I do agree. It's a panic. Why? Because let's go over last season. Y'all see this stat, right? Look at the Ravens. This is by point differential per game. Plus 11 first quarter, plus 41 in the second, plus 28 in the third, minus 18 last season in the fourth quarter. This last season. That means been a consistent thing, even last year, that they dominate the first 3 quarters, and the fourth quarter is the only quarter they ultimately lose. It ain't even like you can. I know people can point out that, hey, you can point out like, oh, they have big leads. Listen, last year nobody had more big leads than the Eagles, and the Eagles was plus 60 in the fourth quarter. Saquon didn't play most fourth quarters because I had him in my fantasy, it pissed me off. So I'm telling you right now, they have plus 60 in the fourth. Green Bay plus 40. Every team with a winning record. Bills plus 50. Let's see, all the winning teams. Steelers plus 15. Kansas City plus 60 in the fourth quarter. Green Bay plus 40. Lions minus 6, but they had a bunch of big leads too, but they only minus 6. And that's mostly from like 2 games, by the way, because if y'all remember, the Lions had 2 games where they gave up like a ridiculous amount of points in the fourth quarter. But most other winning teams last year had a winning score plus score in the fourth quarter.
I'm just gonna say, if people don't realize already, this season go with the fears of the Ravens doing the same thing in the playoffs and going out ugly, Harbaugh might be coaching a new team. I can tell you that now. I think he officially on the hot seat after this loss. So,
Bro,
Super Bowl.
They literally play scared in the fourth quarter. They they game plan changes. Zay Flowers don't get targets in the fourth quarter no more. I don't know what it be, but I would panic, not because it's a regular season. We don't care about that. Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen past that. Patrick Mahomes been past that. Those quarterbacks, we ain't worried about them. And the top 3 we ain't worried about. Number 4, Joe Burrow, we a little worried about because I don't know what be going on with that team. Their defense is horrible. But I say it's time to panic. Up next, the Bengals. 7 targets between T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. They won by 1 point. They had 7 net yards in the second half. 7 total net yards in the second half. One mostly because the Cleveland Browns kicker missed so many field goals and an extra point. They missed an extra point and all kind of field goals. Only reason they won that game. So the defense played well against a team I don't know who the weapons are.
Jerry Jeudy.
Jerry Jeudy, and that's it.
Dylan Sampson.
And the defense, the Cleveland Brown defensive line is amazing, no doubt. But I say panic because it was the Browns, and if that offensive line let people like Myles Garrett hit Joe Burrow the way like that, Joe Burrow might not have a long season, and that's why I'm panicking. Even though I don't think the offense is going to struggle. But if he get hits like that Myles Garrett hit, they will be in trouble. Monterey, patience or panic for the Cincinnati Bengals?
Surprisingly patience, because this is fully what I expected from the Cincinnati Bengals in week 1. Did I expect them to win? Yes. Did I expect it to be pretty? Absolutely not. Because they do not have a good history against the Cleveland Browns. I think they're like 1-8, 2-8, something like that. Like they're not good against the Browns. Really, the Bengals struggle in their own division against their own division team. So it's not surprising. Myles Garrett and their defensive line was gonna run rampant. Of course, they offensive line struggles anyway. I'm not surprised that any of this happened. Plus, they play bad in week 1. We all know it. They play better in week 2, but this is what is expected of them. So none of this surprised me. the fact they got a win is good for their team. The fact that you can get a win in severely ugly ways with Joe Burrow running for his life half the game, and you can get a win that way is good. Your defense playing well is good. And, the offense, it typically takes, 2 games to really get started. I feel like they'll be okay. Not fine, not making playoffs automatically. I just say they'll be okay. So, just have patience.
My problem with their spot going to be because the Chargers and Steelers look a lot better than I thought they would. And TJ Watt versus that defensive line. And Quinyon, we're going to talk about that later. Quinyon Johnson can catch the ball now. They told me he switched powers with CeeDee Lamb. They told me Quinyon Johnson switched powers with CeeDee Lamb because Quinyon Johnson dropped all kind of bad last year. He caught everything.
He pulled a Space Jam on CD.
He pulled a Space Jam on him. So he switched power. Hollywood. Patience or panic?
Because the Bengals was my Super Bowl pick, I'm panicking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though I know historically since Joe Burrow has been there, they haven't really played well against the Browns. So you can kind of take that game offensively with a grain of salt, especially for Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. Like, Jamar Chase ain't getting 2 receptions in too many more games moving forward. You know what I mean? But I'm panicking because as long as that offensive line is that offensive line, I'm worried. You know what I mean? I'm worried, is Joe Burrow going to make it through 4 quarters playing behind these niggas? You know what I mean? Because they couldn't stop a burglar getting into Fort Knox with every goddamn weapon in the world. The way this offensive line is just horrible. Like, Joe Burrow, I don't even know if he's going to make it through, 17, 18 games, whatever, how many they play. I'm panicking because that offensive line is horrible. I mean, until they do something like make a in-season trade or something, bring somebody in, because if Joe Burrow going to be playing on his back most of the season, y'all ain't going nowhere.
That's the same thoughts I had. Listen, TJ Watt's in the division, and Myles Garrett, you got to play him one more time. Listen, if he stay healthy, the offense going to do what the offense do, but if he don't, ain't no other quarterback staying behind the offensive line. I don't care what many weapons you got. We got another one. Patience or panic? The Detroit Lions, who have most of their team back, except for 2 guards, which seem vital, and the 2 coordinators, which is vital. Monray, patience or panic for the Detroit Lions?
Nah. Have a little bit of patience. It's the first week. Did they look bad? Yeah, they definitely look bad. But the same thing I gave to the Bears, I have to be respectful and give to them as well. They waited, and now they have new offensive and defensive coordinators. They were playing in enemy territory with a brand new defensive man who was trying to take Jared Goff's lunch money for half the time that he was in. So, I'm gonna be fair. Like, Goff isn't good under pressure. We all know he's not. But it just didn't look good. It looked like they're trying to find themselves. It looked like they weren't really ready for the game. And, we couldn't even see the offensive looks for anybody, really. So, I'm not going to say panic. It was an ugly game, sure. But, no, it's a little too early. And they got way too much talent on their team to be considered that you need to just go ahead and give up on them. No, it's too early. Just patience.
Hollywood, patience or panic for the Detroit Lions?
The Detroit football Lions, I'm going to say patience. You know what I mean? New coordinators and all that stuff. Injuries. You know what I mean? And plus, they was playing against a divisional opponent. It's always going to be a tough game against a divisional opponent. I mean, and the Packers is, that's a good team. It ain't like they, got spanked by the fucking Jaguars or the Panthers or something. So, I mean, just patience. Just give them a few weeks, get adjusted to the, new coordinators and get people back healthy. They'll be fine. Got too many good skill players on that team to be panicking at the moment. So, just patience.
I'm going to give a little bit of panic. Why do I want to say panic? That division looks stacked. And I got something to say about the team they played later on, but we're going to get there when we get later on. But That division look really talented, and if they don't get it together quickly, they might get too far behind in that division. That's my only problem with. That's my only reason I'm comparing, because week 1 to me, overall, just talent wise, even though without quarterback and everything, the division looked probably one of the best divisions to me in football. Just overall talent, speed, quickness, athleticism everywhere. You still got a few quarterback questions. You still got a few other questions. Division really talented. You don't want to get behind too much. So I got a little panic. We got to get it together this week in practice. We got to panic a little bit. We got to be like, hey, we can't get behind. We cannot get behind week 2. So I do have a little bit of panic for the Detroit Lions. And some people question the offensive coordinator. We'll see Jared Goff look very human compared to last year.
My only thing about that is that the Lions have one of the hardest schedules in the league. Going 15-2 again without those coordinators, I think is just a bit unrealistic. I don't really feel like a lot of those coin flip games are going to go in their favor. So I expect a little bit of, fall back compared to what they were last season anyway. So it wouldn't be surprising if they didn't win their division. A regular betting man would still pick them to do it, but I wouldn't be surprised if they, ended up just, being like 10, 11 wins instead. Because a lot of them wins they got were really just against the odds that people thought anyway. So
that's fair. I have a problem with all the division. I don't think they're gonna win it after week 1, but we'll get to that. Patience or panic. We're gonna start off with Hollywood. Houston Texans.
Houston Texans. Patience or panic. I want to say panic because I feel like whatever plateau CJ Stroud was on in his rookie season, he been tumbling off of that shit the past, like last year and even in this game. It's just the offense just looks shaky. Joe Mixon hurt. Nick Chubb coming back from what injury he had? What, an ACL, Achilles, whatever.
I think it was ACL and MCL, if I remember right, something like that.
Yeah, so, and, you got rid of, Stephon Diggs is gone. Tank Dell is out. So, really, offensively, it's just Nico Collins, a bust. And even that's not working right now. So, defensively, they still Gucci, but offensively, I don't know, man. CJ Stroud, he need to get it together because he ain't looking like he was looking in that rookie season. So I'm panicking.
Monterey, Houston Texans. Patience or panic?
My answer is panic, but it's for a different reason. My answer for the Houston Texans would have been the panic before the season even started. Because look, and it's bad to make this comparison when you think about it. The Houston Texans have failed CJ Stroud dang near like they failed their last quarterback. Because their last quarterback was extremely talented, before all the suits and everything in that nature. Was extremely talented, and what did they do? They failed to get him adequate protection and everything else, and wasted it. And then just stuff happened, in the midst of those. So it was like, because you forgot, Deshaun Watson requested a trade before all that mess started happening. He requested a trade. Right. So that means they had failed him, and now 3 years in, on the third year of CJ Stroud, they're failing him because his offensive line we knew was bad. Did they address it in the offseason? No. They did not address it. Did they address wide receiver issues because, they were going to lose? They were not going to have Tank Dell starting out the year, and they had already traded Stephon Diggs. Sort of, like they drafted a couple people like Jaden Wiggins, but we don't even know how they're going to turn out. So his offense was off, and then Joe Mixon is gone for who knows how long. So they left him up the creek without a paddle. But literally they did that. And this was before their game where they might have the best defense in the league. At least top 3, something like that nature. And they still left the man out the paddle. Like, you forget, they lost, 14-9? Mm-hmm. You couldn't even manage 14 points because y'all let your top 10 potential quarterback, some people have him a little low on the list now, but either way, you left your top 10 potential quarterback out to dry. Like, none of this surprises me, but it disappoints me because it's like, why are we like this with them? Y'all should be competing for Super Bowl potentially. competing for number 1 seeds because you have a great quarterback, and they failing. So it's panic time, but it was panic before the season started, and it's gonna be panic for the rest of this season. Why? Simply because they are failing CJ Stroud because they are doing the same thing they did with Deshaun Watson, not getting him what he needs to succeed. So I apologize, CJ. You finna be dang near like Joe Burrow because both of y'all might be running all of this season. Shameful.
And this, I agree. It's panic time for him. CJ Stroud isn't as confident as he was when it started. I saw the Commanders gave Jaden Daniels his receiver like, yo, we're gonna make sure you still good. We're gonna give you Debo. We're gonna give you help. You already got a decent offense now. We're gonna make sure nobody go away. We're gonna just keep it up. We're gonna try to improve the defense. Houston seems like they keep making bad decisions. Joe Mixon last year was a good pickup, but you didn't help the offensive line, so it don't matter. It's panic time for them. It's simple. Patience or panic? Monterey, the Kansas City Chiefs. I know you got an interesting perspective on that.
Now, I know we debated about this, but I will change it from what I initially thought because Xavier Worthy is more day-to-day. It's a dislocated shoulder, so it's not a long-term injury, and it's actually quite possible he could be back even as early as this coming week. But so because it's not a long-term injury, I'm going to say not to panic. It's going to be patience. I mean, the Kansas City Chiefs, after 2 years of having, questionable offenses, we've finally been able to say, like, okay, they've been able to push past questionable offenses the entire time and still get to a Super Bowl. Win or lose, they've gotten there. So they deserve at least a little bit of patience. Now, is there red flags in there? Yeah, especially along defenses and stuff like that. There's definitely red flags, but I give them enough of respect because Xavier Worthy will be back, hopefully in short order. And, 100%, of course. And then you'll get Rashee Rice, and your offense will start to pick up steam with those receivers as the season goes on. Now, Travis Kelce, boy, looking like he's struggling. But I'll be fair and say they deserve the right to have a little bit of patience. The beginning of their season might be a little ugly, but I think it'll pan out a little later. I don't know about defense, though.
Yeah. Look, I said the Chiefs might. I had the Chiefs patience because the early of the season might get rough. You got my Eagles next. Y'all losing. Let's get up. Y'all goodbye. Keep going. Then you got the Giants. You got some hope. Russell Wilson look awful. The owner don't want it. They paid Russell Wilson too much money. The owner don't get rid of him. You got that game. You good. The Ravens, it's a toss-up. We don't never know what's going to happen in the fourth quarter. Patrick Mahomes is amazing in the fourth quarter. The Ravens suck in the fourth quarter. You got a chance. Then you got the Jaguars. Listen, y'all saw Trevor Lawrence play. We don't believe in them. Then you got the Lions. We see how weird they look, so you got a chance. But once you get past that, you got a game here and there. And then the end of your schedule get kind of easy. You just got to overcome some opponents from your division, and then you got a chance to win. So for me, patience. Early in the season, it might look like a panic. But Patrick Mahomes looked good. I know he overthrew some throws. You got to understand, he was throwing to Thorpe and not Xavier Worthy. All those plays were meant for Xavier Worthy. Xavier Worthy is that much faster than that guy. Those would have been hit if it was Xavier Worthy. He got Travis Kelce, they showed on the podcast. Taylor Swift was excited about him. He didn't like that, so he took him out. That's a joke. People, I know people might not get jokes. I saw a meme that said, because she's like, Xavier Worthy, my favorite player. Then he takes him out. Interesting, Travis Kelce. Interesting. But okay, I don't know if Hollywood's still here to give his take on if it's
panic. Young Hollywood said he'll give his take. Don't worry.
It sounds like he's saying panic.
All right, so the Chiefs, I mean, as long as you got, Patrick Mahomes, I mean, just patience. It's like what Aaron Rodgers say that one time, RELAX. Just relax, Kansas City. Y'all good. Y'all got you got the best quarterback in the game. One of the best head coaches. Even though I would be a little bit panicky because, you're probably about to start 0-2 for real. They probably gonna lose to the Eagles. I mean, and then you gotta worry about like Travis Kelce. I don't know, dog. To me, I don't know. I could be reaching, but it looked like he deliberately took that man out, dog. I don't know if they got beef or something. If Xavier said something to Taylor
Swift's favorite player, bro.
Yeah, I mean, but that hit looked like it was a little too close for comfort.
Yeah,
I mean, that wasn't no accidental. You know what I mean? Like and Xavier Worthy, that's a small nigga. You know what I mean? So I don't know, dog. Like they might have some inner turmoil going on in there. So, but no, patience because I mean it's Patrick Mahomes. They've been through this before. You know what I mean, losing streaks or whatever. You know what I mean? They battle tested. This is a veteran club that knows how to win football. So it's patience.
I'm gonna show it to you. I don't really want to show y'all to play, but I'm gonna show you this anyway. So let's go. We're gonna show y'all the meme we talking about because it looks very interesting.
I became like a person who was running through the halls of my house screaming, "We drafted Xavier Worthy!" And my friends are like, who body snatched you? This is
I'm so sorry.
You know what I mean?
I did question that love, but I might have to stop questioning that man taking people out.
That was He said, "Yo, when we go on this crossing route, I'm taking this nigga out." You know what I mean?
He asked for that play to be called. Hey, can we run that play real quick?
Like Travis, you fucked me over though because I started Xavier Worthy and that nigga was going first drive of the game. Just ruined like 3 of my fantasy teams this weekend. So appreciate you, brother.
Man, say he had to do what he had to do. No,
next up, patience or panic. Dolphins panic. Panic, run, panic. You might need to set the building on fire and try to get insurance right now. That's how much you should be paying. You need to try to get your money back. I don't know what's going on in Miami. That team should be full panic. Your star player is talking crazy. He got his estranged wife saying he beat her, and like you got a whole bunch. Your coach, they calling your team soft, and they look like they can't hit. You traded all your good players away. Tua look like he ain't been the same since them concussions. Dolphins should be the number 1 team in the whole league to panic because that team they the worst looking team of the week. They were the worst looking team of the week. By far, it wasn't even close. It wasn't even a debate because every other game for me felt like it was close. They was there. It was a good game, except that game. I felt like Miami had no chance to win that game, and they didn't even play one of the best teams. It just felt like they had no chance to win. Panic, Hollywood, do the Dolphins panic.
Yeah, I mean, definitely panic. Tua just, you know what I mean? I don't know, man. He just ain't been the same since, taking them concussions, obviously. It's just a bad loss. You know what I mean? You lose to the Colts, number 1. You know what I mean? And then you had Daniel Jones out there looking like the second coming of Andrew Luck or something. Like, I mean, you thought Andrew Luck was back out there the way they had Daniel Jones looking. You know what I mean? This shit was crazy. Yeah, I'm definitely panicking because if you look like that against Indianapolis, a team that's probably not even going to sniff the playoffs, then
they play Daniel Jones like Michael Vick mixed with Peyton Manning.
You know what I mean? Who knows what they're going to look like against teams that's actually going to be in the playoffs? I mean, and judging how the Jets look, they probably now the 3rd best team in that division. It might be worse than New England. I don't know, but yeah, it's panic time for Miami. I feel bad because Mike McDaniel probably out of there. You know what I mean? After this one.
My shout out to Mike McDaniel. He one of the most beloved coaches because he seemed like a down to earth dude, but your team ain't performing. I don't know what's going on. Tua, we're going to get into it later on. Monterey, patience or panic for the
that ain't even a question, bro. We all know it's panic time. But I'm going to go ahead and be real with y'all. The Dolphins are headed for a full blockbuster rebuild next year. Like, let's go ahead and keep it a bean. If this year go the way that everybody's fearing now, they end up with like a top 5 pick in the draft. I'm gonna tell you right now, they getting rid of everybody. 2 are probably gonna be cut because I don't know if anybody gonna trade for them at this point. 2 are gonna be cut. Tyree gonna be traded. They probably keep Waddle, so they have some person for the new person to throw to. H-Ham maybe. McDaniel gonna be fired. The general manager might be fired. Like, they headed for a full rebuild. We can go ahead and spoil this because nobody's gonna really expect much from the Dolphins anyway. But if they continue to look this bad, look, let's keep it being. They headed for a full rebuild. So we passed panic. Right now, we planning for next year already, and it's just week 1. They
burn it down, get the insurance. Burn it down and get the insurance.
They planning to be in the business for Arch Manning. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's already a wrap. Like, I can tell you, the owner looking for next year. He's like, all right, let's go ahead and get ready. I might get rid of everybody. Just as soon as we hit, let's say high ball, or if they get 10 wins, go into the playoffs, lose again, they still might get rid of everybody. But if it just go anywhere below 8 wins, yeah. It's been a wrap. Tyreek might get, because that'd be about what, week 7, week 8 when we get to the trade deadline. So Tyreek possibly going to the Chiefs. We can go ahead and start looking at them rumors because there's not a lie. There's some rumors already out there. He might be going to the Chiefs, something like that. If they start trading, I'm just gonna be real with y'all.
That nigga back.
I'm telling you guys, they gonna be getting rid of everybody. Everybody. The second that Minka Fitzpatrick, you might go back to the Steelers. Because I'm telling you, they headed for this rebuild. They're going to get rid of everybody. I'm saying the second they hit 5 losses, and if they ain't got more than 2 wins, bro, you can go ahead and go call it a bean, bro. It's a wrap. They go ahead and get rid of everybody. So we headed for a rebuild. Sorry, Dolphins fans. Just hope you hit it big in the draft next year.
But we ain't talking about the winners as much. But shout out to Minnesota. Shout out to the Bills. Shout out to, I don't know why we said the Browns. No shout out to the Browns. We don't want to talk about them. The Green Bay Packers. Everybody. Shout out to all the teams that played. The other.
You want to know what? I'm gonna say this, even though it's crazy. I mean, shout out to Baker. You know what I mean?
Shout out to
Fake show. It ain't crazy.
Shout out my nigga Baker. You know what I mean, he did his thing.
That ain't crazy.
We will actually get into that game later a little bit. So
they should have lost.
I just want to shout out all the teams. We know what they did and just want to show love to them because we ain't gonna really get to them today. So I do want to just show some love to them. And the last team, patience or panic, New York Giants. I'm gonna say patience. Jackson Dart is coming. Just let him cook. Let my guy. See, he turned into, like somebody said, he turned into Travis Kelce, and Travis Kelce turned to him. So let him cook a little bit. Then they gonna get tired of him. CC gonna do a tour and he gonna leave and he'll be all right. Then you gonna have Jameis and Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart is coming. Patience. Monday. Panic
immediately. Panic. It's over with, bro. Any hopes y'all had of getting into any playoffs or whatever, it's done. Go ahead and unless Jackson Dart come in and he be the next Patrick Mahomes, you're done. They have, I think, the hardest schedule in the league, or at least top 4. So they have a brutal schedule. Malik Neighbors is already upset. He already mad. You do not like that for your star wide receiver. That's one. And so you looking at that, you're supposed to have a really good defensive front, but you can't muster more than 6 points on offense. Russ, I hope not, but that first game he looked kind of washed. And the fact that he looking kind of washed, and your owner is like, nah, we going with Russ. Especially because they paid him a good chunk of money. That ain't looking good because Dallas is desperate to get a win after last week, and they had 10 days of rest, or they will have had 10 days of rest. Look, panic, do whatever you got to do to get Jackson Dart on the field. Hopefully, I don't want him to necessarily come in like a rough time. If you can wait like 2 or 3, a few more games to come up in an easier game, sure. But look, panic either way because Dayball might be gone. General manager might be gone. Everybody might be gone. Panic immediately.
How the hell are you panicking if you're the New York Giants?
The Giants. I'm a panic only because no matter who they put in there at quarterback, they can't score. Like, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, Jackson Dart is there, but that don't mean the shit. You know what I mean? All right, they scored 6 with Russ. You put in Jackson Dart. What, they going to get 9? You know what I mean? Maybe 12. Like, the offensive line is ass. You know what I mean? They can't run the football. You know what I mean? You know, panic. Like, the play calling, that the Giants is just, you know what I mean? Like, you know, they just horrible. Like, Eli Manning, he saved them niggas for real, for real. Like, y'all got Eli looking real good out here the way y'all been ever since he left, because this shit is ridiculous. You know what I mean?
He didn't get the Hall of Fame jacket, so he like everybody gonna get the Hall of Fame jacket.
I'm panicking for them New York Giants niggas, because look how they look and look how Justin Fields and the Jets look. You know what I mean?
They look like that. They look like that.
Yeah, so panic.
So you said look at it. By the way, Abdul Carter, I don't know you a dog, but I don't know why you try to block. Like, you try to block a 3-pointer when I went through the ball. I was so confused. I'm like, hit him. What? I don't know. Did y'all see
He
that?
knew. He knew.
I see that, John.
He knew.
I'm like,
He
it's
knew.
not basketball, bro.
Let him make it. He knew. He knew. Let him make
Like,
it.
you could have sacked him, my boy. He hesitated. He gave you the sack. He was scared. I don't know what you were doing. But there's all the panic or patient topics. We got a few more smaller topics. We got a quick topic here. Lamar versus Josh. Who is number 2 and who is the MVP? Listen, I'm gonna start. Listen, Josh Allen has separated himself so far, just by a little bit. But the fourth quarter, we talked about it earlier. I don't want to go too much in on the Ravens itself. Lamar played amazing, but the play calling is hurting Lamar Jackson and keeping him from number 2. It's John Harbaugh's play calling in the fourth quarter, because Lamar cooks. All of a sudden, they just run the ball the whole fourth quarter, and then they start losing, and then they call some really conservative screens and everything. They don't even throw the ball down the field no more. I don't know, until it's like 3rd and long. I don't know what's going on with the offense. So by default, Josh Allen is him in the league right now, because Patrick Mahomes him in the playoffs, but regular season, MVP race, everything, Josh Allen is by far him. He looked like he got a little competition. We're gonna talk about that later. But Josh Allen right now, Hollywood. Who is the number 2 overall?
Even though I did say in the beginning, Josh proved why he was the MVP last year, I'm still taking Lamar over him every time. Like, you know what I mean? It's just Lamar, he could get it. He's a playmaker. He get it done. You know what I mean? You're right. The play calling is ass in the fourth quarter. And this defense is just horrible. They can't stop anything. I mean, can't stop a nosebleed out there. But I'm still taking Lamar. You know what I mean? I feel like you could put Lamar anywhere and they're going to go crazy. It don't matter. Put Lamar on the Bills without, you know what I mean? He don't need Derrick Henry or none of them. He's still going to get it done. You know what I mean? So I got Lamar.
Monray. Lamar versus Josh. Who you got the number 2 quarterback in the league, but the best regular season quarterback, because Patrick Mahomes ain't going to have that because he don't care no more about that.
I don't think it's a discussion anymore. I think it's clearly Josh Allen. I don't even think it's a discussion. I'm be real. Like, the reason I say that is because we've seen steady progression from Josh Allen, you know, skill-wise, everything growing. He's progressed to be able to at least try to get to Mahomes, you know, because let's keep it being. Keon Coleman, Khalil Shakir, and James Cook ain't scaring nobody. They just not. Like, so he mostly gets a pass because we don't look at his team as anything that's going to compete with Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. We look at Lamar and know his team can compete with it. And we've seen that they just unable to. Whether it was, you know, regular season last year, whether it was the AFC Championship the year before. Like, it's a combination of everything. So right now, because I haven't seen Lamar grow necessarily towards Mahomes, and I've seen Allen do that combined with, you know, the recent bouts of, you know, at least they've gotten closer, and then He's beaten him in the playoffs. He's beaten him in the regular season. He has a lesser team, and he's still able to put it together. And I mean, I even look at last year. Last year, Ravens, you had your chance to beat Patrick Mahomes and show that we've gotten some growth and able to. And y'all waited till the fourth quarter to be one toe ahead of the line like Kevin Durant and lose the game. Versus what was the Chiefs' only loss last year, except for Week 18 when they didn't play nobody. The only loss was Josh Allen, who's shown that he's been able to beat Patrick Mahomes at least in the regular season, and that's with a lesser team. So I'm just like, in comparison to the great one that I'm trying to get to, one person has gotten some metric better. Head to head, recently, this man has shown that he's gotten better. He got a lesser team. I don't think it's a comparison anymore. I think right now, clearly Josh is ahead of him. Until, like, Lamar will have his opportunity to show that, that's not necessarily true when they play the Chiefs in about 3 weeks. He'll have his chance to show that, hey, it's not necessarily as clean cut as the recent media is showing. But for me right now, I think it's clearly Josh Allen.
Let us know y'all thoughts. Who is the good number 2? We feeling like it's Josh Allen for the most part, for different reasons. Like I said, the play calling makes in the fourth quarter makes Lamar look mundane because Lamar was ahead and then gave Josh Allen a bunch of chances. But let us know y'all thoughts. Who is number 2? Because we can't put nobody ahead because he's won more championships than all of them combined. So
they're not close to being beat.
Like all 3 of them, you can't put them number 1. I know we saw earlier where everybody saying they were number 1 over Patrick Mahomes. That's just propaganda for TV, just so they can have.
You could combine all 3 of them together, and it would be 3 MVPs and 1 Super Bowl appearance. They still wouldn't touch it. So no, they're not even close to being Patrick Mahomes.
He got 3 Super Bowl MVP. Y'all don't have a Super Bowl appearance. Well, 1 Super Bowl appearance.
No, we're not doing it.
Next up, most impressive game for me this week: the Steelers versus the Jets. The reason I didn't mention them early because I was going to talk about it here. Listen, I was shocked, pure shocked by 2 teams. One, the Steelers, who spent almost $100 million on defense, and the Jets, who also spent like $40 million extra on defense, to play against 2 quarterbacks that played for the other team last year, and they both put on a quarterback clinic. Listen. They told me Justin Fields couldn't throw. I saw dots. I'm talking about 2 corners thought they had picks. He shot it between both of them for a first down. If it wasn't for some like simple mistakes that Justin Fields did not make himself, they should have won that game. But Aaron Rodgers also played amazing. He did throw a pick, but that 4-touchdown game, great game by him. He had some. It felt like both quarterbacks had something to prove against their former team, which led to a great game. But I want to know, Monray, your thoughts. Steelers versus Jets.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and keep it a beam with you. I think it was a one-off. I for both teams. I think it's generally a one-off. Like I would be shocked if both teams, frankly, score 30 points in another 4 games like this season, just because their offenses really on paper don't look like they would score that much on a regular basis. I think it was solely the emotion of this game. Aaron Rodgers, essentially how they feel. Wasted the Jets' time for 2 years after giving them everything he wanted the second time around. Didn't do well. Steelers threw away Justin Fields after he gave them 3-2 record. Was doing fine for him. Threw him away for Russell Wilson. We saw how that went. So I think just both of them came there like, I need to prove something to this team. And they came locked in, ready to work, and they put on a show. After that, I really just, and especially because both of the defenses decided to lay an egg, I just really don't see that happening like that again many more times this season. So I think it was a great game. I don't see it happening like that for either team like that. I think respectively, both of these teams go on to average like 23 points a game, something like that, and they'll keep on going regular. I think it was a beautiful game, but I think it was a one-off. Like this is not the norm. I don't expect the Steelers to go on and be one of the highest scoring teams in the league. I don't expect the Jets to have Justin Fields throw almost 300 yards a game. I don't expect that at all. I generally don't. But I do think it was good showings for both, that their offenses can produce. Like, and shock a lot of people that think their offenses couldn't do anything, myself included. But I just don't think it being a norm that they're going to do like this. But I do think it was good.
Hollywood, how we feeling? The most impressive game of the week: Steelers versus Jets.
I mean, yeah, I could agree with that. Besides, obviously, Bills, Ravens. You know what I mean? But you wasn't expecting any of this offensive explosion. I wasn't expecting this game to be a combined 66 points they combined for. You know what I mean? So, I thought it was going to be like a 20-17 type of. You know what I mean? They was going to be running the football mostly. You know what I mean? But hey, I like what I saw from Pittsburgh. You know what I mean? If they could score the ball like that and move the ball like that, I don't know. They might get their first playoff win in 10 years? It's been a decade. You know what I mean? If Aaron Rodgers, I don't know if he can consistently keep that up because he is old. He is an old Aaron Rodgers right now. This isn't the old Aaron Rodgers. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I am impressed though. You know what I mean? I am impressed. I just feel like obviously the Steelers, the defense is going to come back to normal. You know what I mean? They're not going to give up too many 30-point outings. You know what I mean? But yeah, this was the most impressive game besides Bills Ravens.
Yeah.
Shout out to Boswell for that 60-yarder for you. Say they skin. Woo!
Winner or loser, Dallas without Micah or Packers with Micah? I'm going to say this. Packers are like the best team in the NFL to me. I love every aspect of every part of their game. Their defensive line was dominant. Their secondary was really good. Their linebackers played well. Their offensive line is really good. Josh Jacobs is a beast. Their receivers showed up without their best receiver, and their quarterback looked legit. That's the one team I saw the whole week that I was like, I can't point out the weakness to that team. Rashawn Gary and Michael Parsons destroyed. Like I said, linebackers. I couldn't find a single weakness to the team. They beat a very good Lions team from last year. Don't know how they're going to be this year, but they look like the most impressive team of the whole weekend to me, from top to bottom, from quarterback to everything. It's like they have a all-pro in every position. At every stance of the field. I was very impressed with them. Dallas looked really good on offense. They still have some weaknesses on defense to me, but Dallas looked really good as well. It looked like it might work out for both teams, but it like the Micah trade personally made the Green Bay Packers the best team in the league to me as of week one, just on field. Hollywood, thoughts? Winner or loser?
Packers definitely winners. You know what I mean? That defense was flying yesterday. I mean, on Sunday. Yeah, I think I got to agree with you. They might have been the most impressive looking team in week one on all sides, both sides of the football. I mean, Dallas, I feel like once they figure out who the primary pass rusher will be, they can figure it out. But, I do like what I saw offensively. I feel like Javonte Williams might, he might have a little bounce back year behind that offensive line. You know what I mean? But
I would say
the winners is definitely the Packers, though. You know what I mean? They look great. You know what I mean? They completely just blanketed Detroit, and Jordan Love ain't even have a crazy game like that. You know what I mean? So, nor did Josh Jacobs. I mean, so once they put it all together, yeah, this team could be scary. You know what I mean? And if Michael Parsons, if he gonna be playing like that every game,
he's on 40% right now. I'm like, oh,
you know what I mean, that's gonna open up pass rushing lanes for other players. Rashawn Gary. You know what I mean? That's gonna get secondary more time to do shit. You know, all right, yeah, listen, yeah, the Packers, they definitely won.
Monterey.
Nah, I may sound like a party pooper. I'm not going that far on the Packers. I'm not just saying that because of week one. I'm mainly saying that because and this is up until now, ever since that beautiful playoff run that got Jordan Love paid, I've not been impressed by Jordan Love. Like, I haven't seen that guy necessarily. Now, to be fair, they haven't really needed it. But last year, you had to pay attention. They lost to, the both Vikings games. They both lost both Lions games. They lost to
One
premier
of both of
playoff
those games
teams.
he didn't play in though, and one of each
Yeah,
one of those.
One of them
but they
joints.
lost to premier playoff teams. So luckily, yesterday they didn't really need him to do anything. Michael Parsons and defense just destroyed Jared Goff and the offensive line, and he didn't do well on the personal stuff. So we see that. And I like Michael Parsons on the team. I think he makes them definitely better. I don't know if I'm willing to go so far as say they're the best team in the league. I think they had the most impressive win yesterday, definitely. But say they're the best team, I don't want to go that far because I don't know if Love can be that guy that's going to get you 3 straight wins through the playoffs, on your back. Because we even with somebody as good as Saquon Barkley throughout the playoffs last year, the Eagles still needed Hurts to step up, when they decided to shut down Jacobs. So my main thing I want to see, which we'll see over the next few weeks, if they shut down Josh Jacobs, can you step up and be that guy? Or are you still looking like a second-year quarterback? Are you still looking like a step behind your peers? Or are you going to be able to be that guy that, okay, they a Super Bowl contender legitimately? So that's what I'm waiting for. I don't think it was a very impressive game. I think they're winning. As far as the Cowboys, look, the Cowboys just want to win. We ain't even talking about them winning the trade. They just want to win at this point. And like they praying that they beat the Giants, and then we can go from there. So it's just, they got to see what them 2 draft picks, which I really feel like they could have got more than that, gonna pan out for. But
I think the Eagles offered them a lot more.
But they weren't gonna trade to the Eagles, and they did right. If they'd have traded them to the Eagles, but the whole league would have shat on. So they did right not to trade them to the Eagles. They did right.
Darius Smith though, we did get Tank Bigsby and Darius Smith this week. Why do we need him? But okay, I like it.
I'm gonna see. Like I said, I just gotta see. Are y'all gonna be? Can Jordan Love be that guy? And I don't know if Jordan Love can be that guy. That's my thing. If he can be that guy, cool. But I have yet to see that.
A fair point. By the way, I do want to point out Brett Favre won the Super Bowl with Green Bay when he was 27. Aaron Rodgers won his one Super Bowl when he was 27. Jordan Love just turned 27. By the way, the same year they turned 27, Packers got Reggie White, and then they got somebody Charles Woodson when Aaron Rodgers turned 27. So, and this year they got Michael Parsons. So they always go get a defensive player when the player turns 27. They always win the Super Bowl. That is interesting to note. That is a thing to keep your mind on later in the season. Don't mean it's gonna happen, but it is something to keep your mind on.
My Super Bowl pick was Packers Bengals.
I can't remember what mine was, to be honest. I know I had the Packers somewhere high up there, but I can't remember who I had.
Of course, I picked my Eagles.
Might have been Ravens Packers, but Ravens, I don't know at this point.
But we gotta have a Debbie Downer because we gotta start being on this conversation. Is it time to retire Olave and Tua? Olave for a different reason because they throw him the most hospital balls I've ever seen in my life. That man get hurt every time you get a chance to play because they throw it right to him, and then somebody's gonna knock him out, and that's it. And Tua, y'all know about Tua's history. So Monterey, time to retire Olave and Tua, or Olave or Tua, however you want.
Look, I say this, barring Tua get hurt, and I hope he don't get hurt, nothing of that nature. If the Dolphins don't do good this year, like you don't make the playoffs, and they get rid of you, I wouldn't be against you hanging up. Especially if you're gonna look this bad the rest of the year. Yeah, you're gonna. I would say if you look this bad the rest of the year, you might want to hang it up anyway. But if they don't do nothing, you get traded away or something in nature. And I don't really see a lot of teams really gonna take a chance on you like that. You got your big contract. Thank God you got paid. You might just have to let it go. As far as Olave, request the trade first. Like, bruh. Like, I thought it would stop when Derek Carr retired because Derek Carr used to throw you some of the most dangerous balls I had ever seen. Like, I mean, my man getting lit up from some of them Derek Barr lives I'm seeing him. So I thought that would stop when Derek Carr retired. Nope. Apparently, Rattler done learned from the same school that Derek Carr done learned from, and they just slinging this man into harm's way. So, request a trade. Get out of there. The rest of these wide receivers is not complaining like this. Please.
My man don't even complain to get the ball. He might not even want the ball.
Like, please, go somewhere else. And I don't like saying like the Chiefs, for example, some of that nature. Bro, go to the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes ain't gonna do you like that. Please. He is begging for a wide receiver right now. And I'm pretty sure he'll love a young Chris Olave, but just this ain't the way. Don't go for retirement unless you want to, of course. I respect all your decisions. Request a trade. Get the heck out of there, bro. Kellen Moore got this job and he won't get no other job. Believe it ain't gonna affect him that much if you gone. Get out. Leave.
Hollywood.
I agree with Monray. Tua, I say Tua, listen, bro, hang it up. I wanted Tua to hang it up last year after the, I mean.
He did. He did.
When I was like, if you ain't gonna play with the helmet cap, bro, just go ahead. You know what I mean? Just go ahead and get up out of here because you keep taking these hits. And like, I get it. You making generational money that's gonna help your family for generations. But at the cost of your body, your mind, you know what I mean? You ain't even gonna be able to enjoy the shit. You know what I mean? Because you're gonna be a vegetable by the time you fucking 30. You know what I mean? So for Tua, definitely retire. Chris Olave, you know what I mean? He one of them talented Ohio State receivers. Just get out of New Orleans, bro. Get out of there. Like, if I'm him, I'm telling my agent, yo, we got to get up out of this joint. Like, you know what I mean? I'm hurting this joint because the quarterbacks always put me in harm's way. And then y'all got me playing with Temu Patrick Mahomes. I'm good. Like, get me up out of here, dog. Like, trade that nigga for a 3rd round pick. Send him somewhere, 2nd, 3rd round pick or something. Send him somewhere where he can catch the ball and not have to worry about a defender decapitating him as soon as he try to go for some yards after a catch. You know what I mean? Like, god damn. Like, and don't get me wrong. I don't got listen. The Saints, I don't give a damn. Fuck y'all. But you know what I mean? A man's life is at stake. A man's health is at stake here. Like, Olave, just get up out of there, bro. Call your agent and tell them, like, you send me to Tennessee or something, Jacksonville. Send me to Cleveland.
Don't talk about this. Somebody
anywhere but New Orleans. Just send me to New England, anywhere but New Orleans. Get me up out of here, please.
When I saw Slant Man, which y'all don't know, I call Michael Thomas Slant Man because that's all he ran. Slant Man tell you, hey, bro, they're hospital balls. Get out there, bro. Don't go there, bro. That man throwing. Why you think I retired early? I just ran slants. I ain't never seen anybody throw a slant for the safety it. Yo, get out there, my guy. This our last week 1 football topic. We want to give some flowers to some young star players. We have flowers given to the Cam Ward. Why? Them receivers dropped so many of your passes, bro. I just had to give you something. Somebody got to give you an award somewhere, dog. The end of that game was crazy. Missing field goal. They can't catch. Kevin, really, I'm going to draft you in my fantasy. I'm glad I didn't because you dropped everything. I don't know what was going on. Every time he threw it to somebody, he threw it to the sideline, dropped it. They go to round back. They can't put the feet down. They just drop. I don't know what was going on with Tennessee, but Cam Ward actually looked good. I don't know. They just couldn't catch us. So, J.J. McCarthy, you look frightened, terrified, and scared in that first half. I don't know what they told you in the 4th quarter, but you came alive. Michael Penix out here Superman diving. I don't even know how he got
my respect. He has my respect, doggone it.
I don't even know how he's lead. I ain't never seen him
4th game. Mind you, that's Penix's 4th game. Now, Penix is a little older than most rookie and 2nd-year quarterbacks. That's his 4th game. My man got respect from me.
My man out here doing Superman, Michael Jordan, Space Jam.
Who don't got respect from me?
Who?
You know what I mean? We'll get to that. You know what I mean? We'll get to that. But Penix definitely got my respect. That's my quarterback right there. I mean, I'm about to be on my TO, about to start crying. I mean, that's my quarterback.
My man did a Michael Jordan Space Jam lean to get that touchdown.
You know what I mean?
I got to respect.
They showed me how far he started leaning from. I said, ain't no way he got there.
I got to respect Penix. I got to respect Penix. I'm sorry. Like, I have to respect him in that game. Like, I like what I see. I really think that he's going to be good for that culture, like showing that toughness, that grit, that willingness to try to go the extra mile. Then it's going to go a long way towards, like, getting the people of Atlanta charged and be behind them. Michael Vick, ish type vibes, and like they trying to get him like that. I like it when
quarterback
I'm happy when I see him finish. I think the culture and the people are gonna really get behind him, especially if he keeps showing well. Because this is his 4th game. It's his 2nd year, quote unquote. It's his 4th game. He look good. So if he keep ascending like this, oh yeah. Because God knows it's gonna be him and the Buccaneers, and that's it. Because Lord knows the Saints and the Panthers. I'm sorry, it's gonna be a rough few years for y'all at this rate. But yeah.
And Michael Penn did the smartest thing. Hey, listen, Bijan Robinson out there in the flat somewhere.
Check down. Check down.
Throw it to Bijan.
Check down.
What do you have? 148 receiving yards? I'm like, what the? Just check
Dude,
down.
smart. Check down.
Bijan Robinson over there somewhere to throw it to.
Just throw
there
it
you
to
go.
Robinson.
I'm saying,
when in doubt, hey, he down there somewhere.
He over there somewhere. Throw it to him. He's somewhere in the check down. But and also Daniel Jones. Listen, I don't. It might be the Dolphins because they made you look like Peyton Manning mixed with Michael Vick, or you just stepped up and was upset and you played a hell of a game. It might be the same situation as the Steelers and Jets where you just had something to prove.
It also they also dedicated their game to their owner as well. So lots of things around that game. Lots of things around the game.
But these are the flowers that I saw people wanted to give flowers to. But this is also where we're gonna also give y'all the space to say y'all biggest surprises and biggest disappointment. Even though I didn't put it up here, I'm always put it in the flowers giving segment every Tuesday. Where our biggest surprises and biggest disappointment. Hallelujah. Biggest surprise and biggest disappointment this week.
Biggest surprise.
Player, team, whatever.
Biggest surprise? I ain't gonna hold you. JJ McCarthy. You know what I mean? That was my biggest surprise. I wasn't expecting him to turn up like that in the second half. I mean, he showed me something. You know what I mean? He showed his team something. Like, I mean, he definitely put the squad on his back and said, we ain't losing to these niggas. You know what I mean? And he got it done. So, and the biggest, you know what I mean, disappointment, you know what I mean, the Atlanta Falcons organization. You know what I mean? Because because Atlanta, y'all kept on the team a Negro that missed, let me count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9.
I had to move the thing out the way so you can see it.
9, dog. The nigga missed 9 field goals last year. 9 of them Jones. And it cost us at least 3 games. We went 8-9. You do the math. Those 3 games, you go 11-6, you make the playoffs, and you win the division. You know what I mean? But so that's my biggest disappointment because they kept a man that missed 9 field goals on the team, and then what did he do at the end of the game? Missed the field goal. So that's my biggest disappointment because y'all, and also because our pass rush is still non-existent. Because like, did they even touch Baker? Like, yeah. So I'm disappointed. That's my disappointment, right there.
Monterey, biggest disappointment and biggest surprise.
Okay, I can be fair. My biggest surprise is definitely Josh Allen bringing that game back from the brink of despair. Like, I'm sorry. 16 points in 4 minutes I'm gonna be shocked that you were able to keep your composure on a game where everybody thought y'all were done. Everybody thought you were just getting ran right. You were getting ran right, but you to be able to
Buffalo crowd left.
Yeah, like they were leaving, and you to keep your composure, not only for yourself but for your team. Be like, hey, we not out of it. Just keep your focus, keep well in it, and be able to pull that game out and bring it to despair. It's crazy, and so that's probably giving them enough momentum for the rest of the year off of that one game to be like, hey, never give up hope until 000 and all that. Like, so he got himself a lot of credit for that. My biggest disappointment, even though I'm happy at the result of the game, but my biggest disappointment is probably the Denver Broncos. I don't understand how your defense, like Cam Ward, literally, y'all got saved from being an embarrassment and being like the biggest upset of the weekend, because had Cam Ward's team been able to catch any of the balls thrown their way, y'all were upset. And I just could not believe that the offense just looked that bad. You know, Bo Nix, they had a good look last year. He was the second best rookie quarterback last year. Everybody was happy on him and everything. They were the biggest, favorite of that game for a while. And I look up and it's like, why these 2 picks? Why this fumble? Like, why y'all not getting anywhere down? I mean, Cam Ward giving y'all the ball basically for 3 quarters. Sean, what are you doing? Why is it looking like this? Why am I afraid of my survivor pick that was supposed to be a 10-point favorite dang near? And y'all squeak away? That's my disappointment. Because it's like, we used to think before the season started, we were talking Broncos competing with the Chiefs for, their division title. Now we're looking at Broncos maybe make the playoffs. Like, oh my gosh. Boy, it's going to be a long season. For some of these things, at least.
I agree. Ward got sacked 6 times. 2 of them was his fault, 100%. The other 4 was just horrible offensive line. They had so many drops. He was 12 for 28, 112 yards. But he got
and still could have won. They only lost by 7, 8, and still could have won.
Yeah, so that was a bad look. But that was the NFL Week 1 segment. Monterey has to go. I don't know if Hollywood staying for the college football Canelo conversation.
I mean, yeah, I can.
Okay, so Hollywood will stay with me, and we'll talk about college football Week 2, and Monterey.
Yeah, because I don't know enough about college, so I have to catch up with that next time. Otherwise, it's your boy Monterey Hudson. Everywhere it says Monterey Hudson, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, and of course on Make It Make Sense, the podcast on Saturdays. We will be here. Thank you all for watching, and continue to watch for the rest of this. Yeah.
All right, shout out to Monterey. I do gotta tell Monterey something in the back, so I'll send it in the private in the back, so you'll know. But so I'll just take it. So we do it. It's me and Hollywood talking about Week 2 of college football. Let me send this message to. Well, he gone, so I'm gonna just send him a group chat. But we are joined with the Unico Williams, fresh off work. So shout out to him. But we are in college football season. And it's perfect that he came up because it's Week 2 of college football. And a surprising team has entered the top 25. Indiana beat Kennesaw State 56-9. Impressive first week win. Unico, tell them, give everybody a shout out. And how do you feel about Indiana being actually a great team this year?
First of all, man, everybody need to stop using Kennesaw State as like the gold standard for fodder. That's what they're being right now. Secondly, man, before I say anything about anything else, I sped all the way home, risking being black and driving fast to sing the praises of Daniel Jones and lift his name high to the heavens. But yeah, other than that,
shout out to Daniel.
Huh?
No, I was saying shout out to Daniel.
Oh, okay. I put so much acting into that. I thought you said I couldn't hear you. But look, so all right, great, IU. Good for y'all. I'm glad that you guys are developing a program. I'm glad that the basketball program is allowing for y'all to use some of that money to get recruits. So I'm happy about that. I mean, IU is doing what they're supposed to be doing. But this is such a loaded but big conference. It is surprising to see IU. They've been on an uptick the last couple of years anyway. IU always comes in spurts, if you will. I mean, you can even take it back to not Hines Ward, but back in they stay having really good teams, and they just get beat up on by Ohio State and Michigan a lot. But man, shout out to IU for being kind of consistent, and it might be kind of scary going down the line.
Shout out to you, Nico. Show some love.
If there's anything else about Week 2, I just want to say that Arch Manning is probably hurt, but it looked like it. I think he labored on a lot of throws. And that could be the fault of Ohio State. I'm not sure. That defense is tremendous, but Arch Manning looks kind of hurt. But that's where I'm at. That's my surprises for week 2, I guess, or if there's anything worth mentioning. I'm following your lead now. I'm caught up.
Okay. But we also had some few other games y'all saw. Texas, as Unico just brought up, San Jose State, they played 38-7. Texas Tech 62-14 over Kent State. Illinois beats a Duke team we thought was a lot better, 45-19. Iowa State survives Iowa 16-13. Penn State FIU 30-0. Florida State, their quarterback got moxie. They was up 70-0 in like the middle of the third quarter. That was insane. Even though they just played East Texas A&M, which is interesting. Texas A&M 44-22 over Utah State. Georgia beats Austin PA 28-6, which was confusing. Somehow Grambling ended up in Ohio. I don't know how they got up here. I'm like, that's not your home, sir. How'd you get up here?
I need to look at these stats from this University of North Carolina versus Charlotte. Let's see what they did any better.
Unico looking it up. Tennessee beat East Tennessee State 72-17. Ole Miss beat Kentucky in a competitive game 30-23. Probably one of the best games of the weekend. Well, besides, of course, the game that we're going to talk about in a minute. Oregon beat Oklahoma State in probably the most impressive game, 69-3. Missouri beats Kansas 42-31. Clemson struggles with Troy. I don't know what's going on with Dabo. South Florida beats Florida in the upset, 18-16. South Carolina beats South Carolina State 38-10. Utah beats Cal Poly 63-9. Miami beats some school that I ain't never heard of in my life 45-3. Auburn beats Ball State 42-3. Louisiana LSU beats Louisiana Tech 23-7. Oklahoma in a great game. Bryce Underwood got to find some receivers. They lose to Oklahoma 24-13. And Alabama players said they were pissed off and won 73-0 over Louisiana Monroe. Anything week 2, Unico has already stated. Arch Manning looks hurt. It wasn't many great games outside the South Florida, and of course the Michigan Oklahoma game. Anything stood out to y'all this week? I ain't gonna spend much time on it. But
I do have an update on that Chapel Bill team.
Chapel Bill.
First and foremost, a nigga named Demon June should not only have 9 carries.
Okay.
He had 9 carries for 52 yards. Their quarterback. Now, again, this is against the highly touted Charlotte. I didn't even know Charlotte had a team. I didn't know there was a place called just straight up Charlotte. But Gio Lopez was 17 for 25 against Charlotte for a whopping 155 yards and 1 touchdown. I'm just saying, what is Bill Belichick doing? What is he trying to do down there? Demon June had 1 reception for 0 yards, by the way.
Come on, Demon June.
His name is Demon Month June.
Crazy.
I do want to give a shout out to Caleb Downs, who has played 1,000 snaps now at Ohio State. Has never allowed that corner has never allowed a touchdown in his college football career.
Yeah, shout out to him.
That's an insane number, by the way.
Shout out to my LSU Tigers 2-0.
Shout go.
I told niggas we was gonna beat Clemson. The one thing though I want to say about college football, you know what I mean, like, of course Florida is ass. I just want to get that out the way. You know what I mean? South Florida, shout out to them though. You know what I mean? Upset Boise State.
Bradley?
Oh yeah, he nice. They upset Boise State first week, then they beat Florida the next week. I mean, I like that team. They good. Florida though, I think they next 3-4 opponents is ranked, and they going to LSU this Saturday night. So you know they about to lose. You know what I mean? So, but the one thing I want to say about this week 2, I don't really like college football earlier in the season because me, as a person that plays NCAA, I'm on NCAA 26. When I do my scheduling, I don't be fucking playing against Austin P and, you know what I mean, and Charlotte and fucking BCU, whoever the fuck that is. Like,
I don't even know who that is. I ain't never heard that kind of my life.
Yeah, I mean, why is Grambling And shout out to Grambling. You know what I mean?
Well,
They probably got a nice check. But come on, dog. Don't nobody want to see Grambling versus Ohio State. You know what I mean? Because we know this shit going to be 70-0 like it was. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just tired of seeing these smaller schools getting their ass kicked by these big schools for a check. Like, you know what I mean?
They were
Play somebody.
unapologetic about it. Ohio State was even unapologetic about it.
Right. Ran up the score. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to see players. I just want to see teams play their competition. Like, play equal competition. You know what I mean? You can get more money that way, matching the legit schools up with the legit schools. You know what I mean? That's all I want.
I have a question for you.
You might get Florida, South Florida, and DJ Lagway to look rested and you get beaten, and nobody considers you no more.
Definitely. You brought up Austin Peay, and they held Georgia number 6 to 28 points. Was that a just get the hell out of here game, or
it might have been?
Why didn't they run it up like Ohio State? Because if Georgia was just like, man, I'm here so we don't get fined, kind of thing. What are we doing?
That's exactly what it was.
I think Georgia played well week 1, so I don't think they was.
Florida State says 77-3. That's against East Texas. That's what we do. Florida
State quarterback is insane. I love him.
He is absolutely insane.
That man said Nick Saban ain't coming to save y'all. Everybody like, who is this kid coming? And then proceeded to destroy Alabama. And I told y'all Nick Saban ain't coming to save y'all. Caleb DeBoer? Who?
Caleb DeBoer, he's out of there no matter what they do this season.
I saw somebody say if they win the lottery, and they ask a group of people in Tuscaloosa if they win the lottery, what's the first thing they're doing? They're like, we paying Caleb DeBoer $70 million to get out of here. I said, you gonna spend $70 million on your billion to pay this man to go? Yes.
Alabama fans are unforgiving this year. And I was seeing shades of it last year, but this year is exceptionally.
I tell people, y'all don't understand how insane Alabama and Auburn fans are. They are different.
Death threats may actually be a thing this year. Like that's how crazy it is.
I seen them poison trees, animals. They do this shit. But that's week 2. Ain't nothing much going on. Next week we'll have a lot more to talk about week 2. But we do got something to talk about. The Indiana Fever in women's basketball, WNBA this time. Fever makes the playoffs. Chicago Sky does not. Angel Reese, this is the team, gets suspended for half, takes Chi-Town Barbie out of her bio today. I love that happened today because it's on the thing.
He's getting traded. Let's go.
And a bunch of reporters agree with her on how Chicago Sky run their organization. They were agreeing. I was like, it was just like regular Chicago reporters, not even just like the black activist ones. It was like, yo, this team is horrible. She's right. And I'm like, so how do we feel about Indiana Fever making the playoff without their ball stopper? I mean, they star player.
Whoa.
And hey,
there's no such thing as a sophomore slump this year. She actually got way better as a basketball player.
Yeah, she shot 2% on the road this year. Congrats.
But she gets triple doubles now. They're not just rebounds. She gets
she almost had a quadruple off turnovers. So shout out there.
See, you starting to act like them from last year. You act like one of them.
She shot 3% from 3 on the road.
You're acting like
we're not gonna do this.
You're acting like an Indiana Fever fan towards Angel Reese right now.
All of a sudden her team got better when she left. I just want you to know that. Aaliyah Boston. By the way, I think Caitlin Clark a great player. I'm mostly joking, but at the same time, we can't hype her up. But Aaliyah Boston good. I know on the internet now we have to tell people when we joking because they'll take us in. Somebody be real mad and start calling me the N-word in the chat. You know how to do.
I gotta say, with the Fever being the state team, I gotta say, I'm glad that Caitlin Clark said, you know what? I'm hurt. I'm not playing the rest of the season, and let's see what you bitches do without me. Like in regards to WNBA as a brand. Now what y'all gonna do? So now they just put the league on Angel Reese because they are just saying Asia, not even talking about Asia. Asia's putting up 40-point games back to back to back. She's clowning if you love the game of basketball. Asia's killing. Paige Buchers, she got a career ahead of her. It's a lot. It's a lot of names in this WNBA, and we don't. You got a couple of the girls that like each other that be talking about each other on the Twitter sometimes, and that's a little bit of drama. And that is what that is. You know how that go. But I mean, Caitlin said, "All right, I'm going to step back away from the WNBA. Y'all don't talk about me at all. Now I'm injured. Okay, y'all talk about I'm fiery. I got a bad attitude. I'm stepping away. Okay, now y'all put the league on Angel Reese. I guess at this point, right? Is that the face right now? With Caitlin Clark being gone, she the
Well, the
face.
playoffs. Well, I think they got one more game and they out. And they ain't in the playoffs, so it's not going. She ain't gonna be enough for the playoffs. Either.
So my question is this. My question is this. So Angel Reese ends up being a face, and y'all hit her with a senior year of high school, half of a suspension, a half suspension. Like I'm 17 or 16 years old, bruh. Seriously? Me?
Mhm.
Y'all gave me, and we ass? And we ass? And I'm the best player? And you trying to send me a message?
And we asked.
Chicago must be ran by the same niggas that said we built different over here in Chicago. Donald Trump better keep the National Guard out of here. We different. We die for. Must have that same guy with that same mentality running that organization to even let that slide, man. Chicago Sky about to lose so much bread if Bayou Barbie leaves because she ain't Chicago Barbie no more. She ain't old black Barbie. She is
took Trap
out of
Town
there.
out of her name today, which was interesting. But so you have to.
I want to trade. Get me out of there. I don't know what you get in the trade in the WNBA that's really groundbreaking as far as first round pick stuff like that. Unless they going for what's that girl name from USC? Unless they going for her soon. I don't know. But go ahead. I'm sorry, Juju. Yeah, Juju.
Yeah, I want to put out some stats before we give it to Hollywood. Of course, the most watched game of the year was the season opener. Guess who was in it? Unico, who was in the opening game of the season?
To my Dallas?
The WNBA, who the opening game?
Oh, the WNBA, who was in it?
Yeah.
Was it Fever versus Sky?
Yes, and it was the highest watched game, 2.7 million, by far the most watched game. It wasn't even close because, of course, the two stars was in it. Because I know people don't like to give Angel Reese credit. She gets a lot of views because the only other team that got close to viewership as the Fever on average was the Chicago Sky. So people love her. But
it was the race war. It was the race war. Everybody watched it. Now ain't no race war.
But WNBA this year averaged 794,000 viewers per game, while the Fever got 1.26 million of that on average. So, yeah, Caitlin Clark is a very big. Chicago Sky, I think, had over the average too. So, them the only two teams that had over average. Everybody else was below, which is 21% markup. Also, non-Fever games was 549,000, which is a 37% jump. So that means the league is 30% more popular. So that's a big jump for them. All-time single season attendance record with 2 million people. This is as of August 2nd, by the way. It broke the league record in 30 less games than any time in history, which I think was what 2002, 1998, something like that. So the league is probably more popular, even despite people not watching because Caitlin Clark ain't play. But it's more popular than it was because people did get interested after watching a few games. They might have saw the Aces play. They might have saw the Sparks play, who was in the fight for the playoffs position. They might see
Rakia Jackson.
Aces, Sparks, Liberty, Dallas. Don't nobody give a damn about the Mystics. Don't nobody care about the Minnesota Lynx. Like them
Minnesota Lynx got the best player in the league, maybe besides over them two going for the top player. So shout out to Maya Moore for doing a Jordan meme with 12 rings on her finger, which was insane.
Shout out to that. And what about Ionescu out there with the Liberty? They ain't giving her no
Ionescu.
I love her. Love her game.
Aces got a squad. The Sparks got names. Atlanta Dream. Who knows who's on that team?
Yeah, so That is our WNBA news. But y'all got anything else? Holler on the WNBA.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think I can.
as far as like the Fever making the playoffs, congrats to them. Yeah, I mean, I said I knew last year that they was gonna make the playoffs. You know what I mean? Because it's like, as a person that does watch the WNBA, you gotta look at like the trajectory of like, say, look at the Los Angeles Aces, how number one pick Asia Wilson, then you had the number one pick Jackie Young. You got two number one picks on the same team. Next thing you know, you building the championship. You know what I mean? Aaliyah Boston, Caitlin Clark. You know, couple that with Kelsey Mitchell, who was probably one of the most underrated players in the league, probably a legit top 5 scorer in the league. You know what I mean? Like, Indiana is nice. You know what I mean? And if Caitlin was healthy, I don't know, dog. They might have been in the finals, for real. As far as Chicago goes, Chicago has just always been a bad organization. You know what I mean? That's the same organization after they won the championship. You let go of Kalia Copper and Candace Parker after you win the championship. And
they did do that. Chicago somewhere.
Like, you know what I mean? So that organization is just stupid. You know what I mean? So I'm praying that they get Camila Cardoso, Angel Reese, and Haley Van Lith. Get all 3 of them up out of there. You know what I mean? Because until Chicago get different ownership, they always gonna be ass. You know what I mean? And also, shout out to Asia Wilson. She probably about to win another MVP. You know what I mean? I think she sold that up. I think she got that thing sold up after that last game. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, Fee been playing good all year, but she did get injured. You know what I mean? She got hurt for a good stretch, so that allowed Asia to come back. And you know what I mean? So, but yeah, I'm excited for the WNBA playoffs, though. I can't wait.
I like the fact that Collier had lead her team in like almost every category.
Right.
Asian dudes too, so them two are amazing players. I know I saw a lot of people asking who Maya Moore was. If you don't understand, you don't know that woman right there.
Yeah, Maya Moore,
Maya Moore,
she might be the GOAT.
She came in the league, won a championship rookie year.
Yeah,
look back. Like, oh, we're gonna win.
If you want to say her
early, got pregnant and retired early. That's the only reason y'all don't know who he is.
Right. Yeah, but Maya Moore, man,
that's a legend right there. I know I saw a lot of new
out of
fans
UConn.
like, who is this woman?
Out of UConn, so she's already a winner.
She won every year she was in UConn, I think. Yeah, she won every year she was in UConn.
12 rings, dog.
don't
she had that Jordan meme and they had both. She had to have both fingers for it. So she did the Bill Russell. But last topic: Canelo versus Crawford this weekend. The last of the dying breeds, because I don't know what's going on with Shakir Stevenson. Like I said, pillow hands. This is the only name out here suing people and crying on ESPN, so we can't claim him. I ain't never lost a fight. No, we saw you get whooped by the crazy crackhead who ran down the road in his underwear and talking about the world is in it. So he beat y'all. And he racist, so we don't talk about him either. We had Shakir almost got beat by some dudes I don't know twice. I don't know what's going on. And Tank, he just fighting Jake Paul now. So this is it. This is the end of boxing. So let's enjoy this last fight this weekend. Who y'all got? Who you got?
Listen, man. I love Bud Crawford. That's my guy. But in the history of boxing, it has always been the great big man beats the great little man every time. You know what I mean? That's just how it goes in boxing. You know what I mean? Crawford, great boxer, hell of a puncher. You know what I mean? He got a chance, but because you know what I mean, he had to move up to a weight that Canelo's already comfortable at. You know what I mean? I gotta go with Canelo. You know what I mean? Probably, you know what I mean? I want to say unanimous decision. You know what I mean? He probably get him like 115, 113, 116, 112. You know what I mean? But I got Canelo. You know what I mean? It's because, like I said, the great big man always beats the great little man. You know what I mean? Every time. So I got Canelo.
Unico, who do you got? Canelo or Crawford?
Listen, I'm going Canelo because if it's not Mayweather on the card as the main draw, I gotta go with the essays, bro. I'm sorry. I'm going with they do Cinco de Mayo, that whole card. Everybody win except for Floyd. I mean, everybody lose except for Floyd. Uh, and them folk got some real good records against brothers. So I ain't gonna say I'm rooting for Canelo. I'm saying that I think that's your W. It's gonna go the distance. I don't see a knockout. It's going the distance.
Yeah, I'm gonna be different. I'm giving it to Bud. Let's go. We need somebody to give it to Bud on this show, and I'm gonna give it to Bud. I ain't
I'm
got no
rooting
reason.
for him.
I think it's gonna be a close fight. I think it's gonna be a great fight, but I think Bud might catch him one because I don't know if Canelo seen somebody that quick in a while. So I think he might catch him in one late round. Might shock him a little bit. Might get a knockdown. Might sleep him a little bit. I don't know, maybe.
Like,
I ain't seen Canelo ever get hit like that before. One time he did get hit with Mayweather. Let's see. I seen Bud get hit a few times stunned. I ain't never really seen. About a long time ago. It's a while back. Canelo got stung a little bit, but
he said the hardest punch he ever took was from James Kirkland.
Mm.
And you know that nigga used to hit hard.
James Kirkland, no. So I'm gonna go with Crawford. I'm gonna go with the. I don't know if this will be an upset because they both like ridiculously. Like I don't think you have an upset in this because it is like the fight we've been wanting forever. So we finally gonna get it, and then after that, I don't know what Boston gonna do because we gonna have.
I mean, if only Deontay Wilder ain't get knocked out too many times, we would be good.
I still like the fact that Tyson Fury admitted that he got knocked out, and then on the way down, Deontay punched him one more time, and he woke him up. So let's see how life changed. Usyk would probably beat all of them because he run through all the time.
Yeah,
but that'll be a little later. Till this day, but that's the show. Of course, I'm joined with Hollywood Sensei. Where can they find you?
I mean, you can find your boy Hollywood Sensei, all social media platforms. Hollywood Sensei 215. Also, you can catch me every Tuesday on the What It Sound Like podcast. Also, Thursdays. Brand new podcast, the podcast about everything and nothing. You can catch me on that, John. And also you can catch me, on the Keep It 99. I might be here. I'm gonna pop in every once in a while. Every time they request your boy, and I'm here tomorrow as well. We got some music to talk about. So, I'll let you.
We got some music to talk about, and of course, the legend himself, the one, the only, fresh off work, still got the padding on. It's Unico Williams.
Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Nico Williams. So happy that I can make it back here to join this episode, man. You already know this my channel too. Keep It 99. But also, man, y'all know the deal. Go to Unico Williams, UNIQO Williams. That's where we got plenty movie reviews for y'all. We shows out because everything is exactly what it's supposed to be. And with that being said, we making our My Player this Friday. Baller Friday. I got the NBA 2K, got it on 2K day. I bought it myself, so my relationship status is I'm by myself. Also we got some Madden for you. We got Metal Gear Solid Delta. It's a lot of games we got to play, but I'm a working man, so it's hard for me to get there. And of course we got Make It Make Sense. And anytime that these gentlemen let me in there in the Blurred Cartel, man, I'm gonna pull up. Clock it.
And of course, you can find me here at Keep It 99. You can find me at the Overall99 Sports channel. I know some of y'all over there. You can also find me at Casual Conversation on Thursday. Tomorrow, here at Keep It 99. You can find me and Hollywood breaking down why is everybody telling me rap is off, even though I just seen one of the coolest performances ever with Bodies by Offset and JID. That was an amazing performance. Like That's what we used to. I saw that from that's what we used to get on 106 and Park. Used to get fired like that. So we're gonna break it down on why Joe Budden and everybody else talking about music not the same without Drake, even though Drake has consistently dropped. But I think Joe Budden said it in a way that made me want to talk about it. So me and you, Nico, me and Hollywood, we'll talk about tomorrow in a Zell Theory. So be here for that. And of course, like I said, Thursday Casual Conversation. Great combo on that. Make It Make Sense on Saturdays. Hopefully I'll be able to make it this time. There's a lot of stuff been going on later. And big news coming. I can't tell y'all yet. Well, one of them I know for sure happens. It has to do with me. The other one, we'll see. We'll see. It's in the work. We'll see. I'm excited about that. I do appreciate y'all. It's a casual conversation ending, so I don't have the sports ending. I'll make it tomorrow. I'll have time tomorrow to make the sports ending. You Nico, got anything to say before you end?
Yes, we big B's because on the background it say keep it 99 studio. We big B's, bitch.
Yes, we it's not in that studio. Keep it studio. You know
Keep it studio, mother.
Studio is crazy.
Shout out to the quick AI. Normally we cover it up, so I didn't care, but now it's 3 people, so it doesn't
Studio is crazy.
It usually it's a 4 or 2, so I just like, let's keep it. I don't care, stupid AI.
Clip it.
But I appreciate y'all. See, the catch conversation ending will change next week. I'm sorry that y'all have to, because I know it's a little different. I like it though. So
hey, I need to get in the shower, nigga.
You stay here until I tell you this news after this show. All right, appreciate y'all. Peace.
It's LA, Julie's on the fence, talking circles and makes no sense. Afro commie's out here on his grind, neighborhood scumbag, but he's one of a kind. So casual conversation takes the day. With Salme Afro commie, we laugh and play. Ebony Moonbeam strikes a pose so mean. Cosplay queen, she's a boom the scene. Salme shrugs, he's got no side, just watching waves like a lazy pie. Afro commie seems a low-key wild, but he's got charm, it's his freestyle. So casual conversation takes the day. With Salme Afro commie, we laugh and play. Ebony Moonbeam strikes a pose so mean. Cosplay queen, she's a boom the scene. Ebony Moonbeam with a wig so bright. Wielding her magic, she's a star tonight. Salme just yawns, he's still unsure. Afro commie laughs, he's got that allure. Oh, casual conversation takes the day. With Salme Afro commie, we laugh and play. Ebony Moonbeam strikes a pose so mean. Cosplay queen, she's doing the scene. Ebony Moonbeam with her wig so bright. Ebony Moonbeam with her wig so bright. Wielding her magic, she's a star tonight. Salme just yawns, he's still unsure. Afro commie laughs, he's got that allure. Oh, casual conversation takes the day. With Salme Afro commie, we laugh and play. As Ebony Moonbeam strikes a pose so mean. Cause the queen, she's ruling the scene. Conversation takes the day. With Salme Afro commie, we laugh and play. As Ebony Moonbeam strikes a pose so mean. Cause the queen, she's ruling the scene. Ebony Moonbeam with her wig so bright. With her wig so bright. Wielding her magic, she's a star tonight. Salme just yawns, he's still unsure. Afro commie laughs, he's got that allure.